just a little bit early today. We're about 5 minutes early than normal. Just because, I don't know why, I just wanted to start 5 minutes early than we normally do. We are going to be talking about the comic books we bought this week. That's right, it is May 30th, the end of May, getting ready for the summertime. Joining us today, we have our custom-made Funko Flash figures. This is a custom-made Frozen Flash. Goes with my Captain Cold figure. And this is a custom-made Red Blur Flash. I'm a huge Flash fan. If you've been watching our show long enough, then you would know that I spend most of my days thinking about comic books and buying comic books and what comic books I need and new comic books coming out and also the Flash. So this episode is a Flash centric episode because Flash came out this week. So hopefully you will enjoy the comic books I purchased. Just like every other week, I have a large amount of comic books I bought. And throughout this, I would like you to try to add up how much I spent. And at the end, I would love for you to guess how much I spent on comic books this week and how much closer I am to divorce from my wife because I spend too much money on comic books. It is what it is. So without any further ado, let's take the pile out of the bag and get rid of the bag like we do every week. There's a pile of bags over there from the last 2 months. Here is the pile this week. There are indie comics in there from Dark Horse, from Image. There are Marvel comics in here. And, of course, there are some DC comics. And we also talk about what we've got coming on the show later this week. We have a really cool interview on Wednesday. We have a episode on Saturday night going live at 8 o'clock. We went to our first collector's flea market ever. And it was really good. So check out that episode coming out Saturday at about 8 o'clock. Wednesday we have an interview, which we will talk about towards the end of this episode. So let's get into it right now. What did I buy this week? Indie comics always go first. Count Crowley, Mediocre Midnight Monster Hunter, 4 of 4. This is the closing issue. I've been really enjoying it. It's a very strange comic book published by Dark Horse. There's Captain Crowley. It's a little horror. I throw a little horror into my collecting affairs. So Captain Crowley has been a little horror there. I'm going to put the pile right there. Next one is a new comic from Image. Creature from the Black Lagoon Lives. They're doing a Universal Monsters series. This is the first one that went live. I am a huge fan of the Universal Monsters, so the fact that they're going to be doing comic books at Image is right up there with Marvel doing Planet of the Apes, Aliens, and Predator. Universal Monsters was one of my first introductions to horror when I was a kid. Frankenstein and Dracula and the Creature from the Black Lagoon, of course. Werewolf, Wolfman, everything like that. World Tree, which has been a phenomenal comic. This is issue number 10. Another comic from Image. It's a very strange look at the future of our world and how things are going to change. So this is issue 10. That is my indie comics for the week. Last week we bought a lot more indie comics. No, I haven't read Creature yet. I picked it up, the first issue. Haven't read it yet, so I figured I saw issue 2 coming out. It's in my pile. If I showed you this, I have a long box filled with comics I'm backed up on. And to be completely honest with you, I spend a lot of my free time now editing these videos that we put up during the week. We put up like 4 shorts and 2 long videos, and that takes time. So I actually have other obligations. I have a real job outside of here. That takes up much of my time for the next 3 or 4 weeks, and then I have the summer off. Brian and I are both teachers, if you haven't heard that already. So the summertime will be a lot more reading of comic books, hopefully more visits to comic shops. We want to do more comic shop visits on the channel, and a lot more conventions. This weekend we're going to try to go to the Trenton comic convention. It's a charity event. It's the 3rd year. We've never been there before. We're going to try to hit that this week. One of our, John Costa, who we did an interview with, who runs the One Day Comic Expo, he's going to be there, so we promised him this hat. So we are going to drop the hat off to him, and we're going to probably buy some comics from him. He did a great interview with us. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. It was how to run a really good comic convention. John does a great job this year with his, and he's going to do it again next year. He definitely worth a look. Let's look at the Marvel we bought. Ultimate Spider-Man #5. The Ultimate line is back and in full effect. Haven't read any yet, but are piling them up to read them. Hopefully, when I have some free time, I will start getting to those. I am a big fan of the New Warriors. Night Thrasher was one of the leaders of the New Warriors, so I figured I'd give the new series a try. This is issue #4. Honestly, haven't started reading it yet. Have to catch up on this too. As you can tell, I'm a wee bit behind on my reading. But I am reading Blood Hunt as it comes out, so I am not behind on this. It has been a very interesting crossover event at Marvel. The Marvel characters are being turned into vampires. Didn't DC do that a couple of years ago? Here's Blood Hunt #1, Black Panther. It's interesting, if you haven't read it, who's leading the Blood Hunt. It's a really, really different look at some Marvel heroes who may not be heroes anymore. Doctor Strange is playing a big role in it, and so is Blade, of course, because it's vampires. Midnight Suns, Blood Hunt #1. Same thing. Part of the storyline. I've been reading them in sequential order. It's hitting almost every single title, so I'm actually trying to get every title. It's not easy, to be honest with you. I've missed one so far that I haven't been able to find. There was a Moon Knight one that I missed. But as of right now, I am up to date on these. Right? Yeah, I am. What are we up to now? We're up to... This one's not even listed. Oh, this is going to be part of 3. So this is leading into Blood Hunt 3. New series, Helverine. I got the Scotty Young cover. I know he's polarizing. Some people like him, some people don't. I like him just for the cartoony aspect of it. This is a cross between Wolverine and Ghost Rider, if I remember correctly. I'm planning on reading this maybe tonight or tomorrow, after I read my Blood Hunt comics. Each week I talk about these when they come out. The facsimiles, which are exact replicas, with the back covers the same. The advertisements inside are exactly the same as they appeared. It's funny, we have a episode coming up in 2 weeks or so where we talk about a very popular back cover advertisement from years ago. We think we might turn it into a series, because if you really think about it, when you were a kid and you bought comics, the covers would caught your eye, but you always remembered the back of the covers. So there was some really cool advertisement usually on here. And this comic was originally published in 1983 or something like that, if I remember correctly. Something like that, 1980, 1981. So 1981. So this Lego was on the back of covers for a long, long time. We're going to do some kind of series on the influence of the back of covers. Okay, that's it for Marvel. Here's my DC for the week. Power Girl #9. Been enjoying the series. I've been really enjoying the Superman series. All the different ones that cross over. This has been pretty good. Power Girls, I've been a fan for a long time. Interesting character. Penguin #10. Love the villains. Love that Penguin finally gets his own title. Definitely worth reading. If you have not been reading this and you missed the issues, buy the trade when it comes out. This series has been fantastic. It's a really different look at the Penguin. He's battling his children, and Batman's kind of helping him, but, kind of getting tired of him. Green Arrow #12. Have only read a couple of these. We did, way back when this started, we did a full video on this and how influential we thought it was going to be. It's been good, but I'm like 4 issues behind. So if you're reading this, let me know. Is it worth reading? Yeah. Oh yeah. OJ's Dingo's ad. Yeah, that's a good one too. I always love the Twinkie ads and the Hostess Cupcake ads on the inside. They're just, sometimes I identify the years of the comics I was reading by the advertisements, and the Hostess ads were just, that made us who we are. I still to this day eat Twinkies because of those advertisements. I'm convinced. I have a box upstairs right now. Detective Comics 1085. Detective is one of the comics I read when it comes out each month. Series is fantastic. The job they're doing with Batman has been awesome. Whoever's writing it, I haven't been disappointed in like the last 2 years with Detective and Batman. DC Pride 2024. I buy this every year when it comes out. There are always very interesting stories in here, and not only that, there are a lot of upcoming writers get their start in these. So today they may not be anybody, but a year from now they will be. I actually want to reach out to a couple of the people in this and get them on interviews. My favorite part of doing this YouTube channel is interviewing creators. We have one coming up on Wednesday, and it happens to be the writer of this, Mark Russell. Mark Russell was nice enough to sit with us and talk about this comic and some other stuff he's working on. He has a Kickstarter right now for something he's working on, so check out Mark Russell on Kickstarter. And the funny part of this is next Wednesday, a week from this coming Wednesday, we are going to be interviewing Mike Allred. So we have Mike Allred and Mark Russell, both who are working on Batman Dark Age, as interviews on our show. I'm amazed every time an artist says yes to us. Unofficial collection. Oh yeah, really? What is it, in a book? It's a book form? Because I'd love to see that. I really do. There's one where the Hulk crushes them in the cement. That one has had a lasting impression on me forever and ever. The Flash #9. It's what this episode is dedicated to. Flash series continues. This has been good. So I collect every single Flash cover that comes out. So there's Flash #9. There's variant cover. There's one variant cover. There's two variant covers. There's three variant covers. So here are the three. Here are all four covers for the Flash. That was the opening cover for us this week. I have been a huge Flash fan for many, many, many years. As you can see, here's a Flash Funko Pops that are with us today, and I'm wearing my Rangers jersey because we got to do the Rangers game tonight. Let's go Rangers. I'm going to have to look for those books. I'll go look at them. I'll look at them. Maybe I'll find them at a convention. Yeah, Mark Russell was awesome. The stuff that he's doing and the stuff that he's working on now. He's actually writing right now. We talk about this in the interview. He's writing some for DC and Marvel at the same time, and producing his indie stuff, so his own creator-owned stuff. So we were joking with him, how did he even have time to sit with us? Because he's just writing so much stuff, and he has a lot of stuff coming out. The Batman Dark Age is fantastic. If you're not reading it, 100% go out and buy Batman Dark Age. It's a retelling of the Batman story, and in the interview, Mark tells us how him and Mike Allred, they were able to do whatever they want. Very little editor influence on what they're doing with this, so it's really unique. It's an Elseworld stories like, so go out and pick that up and support what he's doing. And check out that video. We're going to have links in that video to all the stuff that he's working on. He has a lot of creator-owned stuff coming out. So that's it. That's all I bought this week. So what do you think the damage was? Here's the stack. I've been kind of averaging about the same amount each week. So let's see what the damage is this week. The grand total is 96.81. There we go. 96.81 this week. As long as you guys keep joining, we will keep doing these live episodes. We actually want to try to do one with me and Brian together. Brian, close, $80 out of 96. I've been like around 95, 96. I know Comic Plug, you've been watching every week, so you know we're about a little bit under 100 each week. Really enjoy doing this. We hope we can get Brian on one day. As I say at the end of each one of these, love what you collect what you love. We will see you next week. If there's anything you would like to see on the show, send us an email, collectorsconfessions@gmail.com. We're open for anything. We love doing comic books. We love We love chatting with you guys too. We do this live because we think it's a nice way to interact. We will see you next week. Don't forget to watch our episode on Saturday at 8 o'clock. And next Wednesday is our interview with Mark Russell. Following Wednesday, interview with Mike Allred. Thanks for watching. Love what you collect. Collect what you love. I'm saying it twice. See you next time. Bye-bye.